This is the Pennsylvania Rock Show, where Pennsylvania's underground rock hits hard. Since 2004, we've been unleashing unsigned bands, ripping riffs, and voices that won't be silenced. Radio, podcast, streaming, anytime, anywhere. No polish, no limits, just real rock. Strap in and turn it up. And now, here's your host, Bill Damiano.
Most of them I made. Hey, it's Bill. Welcome to the Pennsylvania Rock Show, episode number 831. Give me a moment as I try and get everything connected here. There it goes. So you just heard on the top of the show, Whiskey High, brand new song by Dragline, who I am going to be interviewing next week at the rehearsal. You'll hear from them in July. A song called Blue Collar by Jordan York, and of course Amy Gold with that very cool introduction to the show. With me tonight is Trevor Finlay out of Nashville, Tennessee.
Absolutely.
So I always say this when I'm talking to somebody from Nashville, so I'm gonna get it out of the way. One of the first guests I talked to from Nashville told me that it's the only city where the person delivering your pizza is a better musician than you are.
You know what? That's very true. And I've heard different iterations of that. Like I've heard, I've often said you can't throw a rock without hitting somebody better than you. You know, it's everybody's a songwriter, everybody's a singer, everybody's a musician. And from the person that's like slinging drinks at the bar to the guy that's delivering pizzas. Absolutely. Even the Uber drivers for that matter.
So let's start off. First of all, nobody's familiar with you, so I'm gonna dive a little deep into that. Let me rephrase that. Nobody that watches my show, because someone who's playing 300 plus shows a year, people are familiar with you.
Well, let's try and change that right now. Nice to meet everybody. Hi.
All right, so I'm going to start out with the official and unofficial Build a Scene questions, break the ice a little bit.
Yeah.
The unofficial Build a Scene question is, what is the best pizza you've had because you're a musician?
All right, so the best pizza I've ever had, I would have to say, so what's funny is that my wife and I, whenever I have like a Friday or Saturday off, we make it like a pizza night and an 80s movie night. So it's going to be like kind of a cheesy movie, and what goes better with cheesy movies than pizza. So, and the one that I've had that I really like lately is a place called Dicey's, and it's it's like sourdough, like a sourdough crust, and we'll usually get like grilled chicken or something, and it's more of a white sauce than it is like the pepperoni and stuff like that. So, we like to try different pizza places when I have nights off like that.
So I always joke around that I'm going to go through these 831 episodes, and that's going to be my retirement plan. I'm going to go visit all these different pizza places.
Oh yeah.
Except never mind, I'm not going to say that out loud. It's money would be an issue. That's what I'm going to say.
Okay, gotcha. So the only thing that could possibly top that is if you're making it yourself. Like right from the dough on up, where you build the whole thing yourself, and that's the only thing that can beat it, I think. But who's got that kind of time?
Not me.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So the official Build a Scene question is, who's your Dave Grohl? And by that I mean, Dave is known to pull people out of the crowd and have them perform with the Foo Fighters. Who would you want to go up on stage with and perform one of their songs?
Oh, wow. So I have been in a couple of different situations where I've actually had scenarios like that, where a guy that I know that wrote a song for the Allman Brothers. I got to get up and play that song with him, and that was really cool. And another friend of mine is he's the guy that co-produced this next batch of songs that we're talking about tonight. He plays keyboards for Smash Mouth, so I've been able to play All Star with him, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
But I mean, if I had, I wish that the Allman Brothers was still going on. But I mean, like, I would love to get up and play with Warren Haynes or Derek Trucks. That'd be really cool. Um, Another one which would just be a blast. Like I saw David Lee Roth get up, like Teddy Swims brought him up at was it Coachella or something? It's like, man, I would love that. That'd be great to sing a song with Dave, man. That'd be crazy.
See, I was reading your bio, and it mentioned that the media in Australia said you're kind of a cross between Muddy Waters and David Lee Roth. Um,
Yeah, I love that so much. I mean, it's it I can tell you right now that there is absolutely no scissor kicks in my shows. I mean, I could probably do one, but then somebody would have to call the ambulance.
yeah, that's where I'm at. About 2 years ago, I used to play deck hockey, which is hockey without skates, and
Okay.
they called me up and I hadn't played in 9 years. They're like, hey, we're getting together, let's play. And I hurt my knee on the first save I tried to make, and I didn't stop it; it went in.
Oh no.
But I played the rest of the day, won the game, and then couldn't walk for like 3 weeks. So no scissor kicks for me either.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of the fun parts about well, you picking something up after 9 years, man. Like
Yeah,
that's a lot to
I
ask
should
of
have thought
anybody.
that through a little better. All right, so during your next tour, for some reason, you hire me to drive the bus.
Okay.
What are we going to listen to in between shows?
Podcasts.
I love that answer.
So I'm at the point now where I have to be in a very specific mood to listen to music when I'm on long drives. Um, but I mean, and like I've really grown fond of podcasts. So there's a few that I listen to quite regularly. Um, One of them I can't say the name of, but another one is one called "How Did This Get Made?" Like, and it's basically three comedians: Paul Scheer, Jason Mantzoukas, and Paul Scheer's wife June, whose name I can't fully remember. But they basically talk about just like bad movies, and they sit there and they tear them apart, and then often they'll do it in front of an audience. And I'm a bit of a movie nerd as well, so I love stuff like that.
All right, so I have
Yeah.
a perfect question for you next segment.
Oh, perfect. Love it.
So let me hit you with this one. Kiss has played in a bay in Australia to Sharks. Metallica has played in Antarctica. My friend
Yeah.
Jazz, who does Jazz Rock and Road Show on Music from 412, and is in a whole bunch of bands, but his band Half Wheel has a song called Good Day, and Jazz played Good Day at the South Pole. So what
Oh
is
wow.
what is a non-traditional venue that you would love to play at?
That is a really good question. Um, well, I can tell you that so I can tell you one of the strangest ones that I got asked to do. And this is like going back a bunch of years ago. My band was the first live music act to play at a place that the night before was a strip club. So they they brought us in.
Was there
Like,
glitter everywhere?
no, but it was like it still smelled of vanilla and bad decisions. So it's it was basically so Friday night, it was a strip bar, like a strip bar, and then like exotic dancers, and then on Saturday, it was us. So we we set up our stuff and we played, and like the pole was still in the middle of the stage and the room was still surrounded by mirrors and I remember that throughout the course of the night, the door would open. These guys would come down the stairs. They'd look at us. They'd look around the room. They turn around and go back out again. so, so that is probably one of the most Yeah, that's the first one that comes to mind as far as non-traditional gigs go. Um, but I mean, I'm also, you can put me on a, like a truck bed and I'll play. You can put me in a tent, or you can put me just on a street corner. I mean, I've done a lot of things. I've definitely done a lot of things. I've played a lot of places.
So believe it or not, that was 9 minutes. It beeped in my ear. So
Wow.
we're gonna take our first break,
Okay.
and on the radio side, I put these two songs together so I can get the titles out of the way in a row. We're gonna
Yeah.
listen to Trevor Finlay, "Shut
Yep.
the Hell Up,"
Sweet.
and "Half Dollar Dog," "Kiss My Ass,"
All right.
and we'll be right back. Hey, it's Bill. We're back for segment number 2 of episode 831 of the Pennsylvania Rock Show. With me is Trevor Finlay, and you just heard his song "Shut the Hell Up," and I'm going to give him a MTV moment, or VH1. I can't remember which one it was on, but here's your chance to do a storytellers and tell us about something about that song.
Okay, sure. Uh, so I wrote that song with a guy by the name of Ray Barnett, and he and I have written a bunch of songs together over time. And I remember specifically this song. We wrote it because we were talking about, we both have hoof and mouth disease, where we'll say things, we'll step in it, whatever. I come by it very honestly. Um, my mom is really good at saying the absolute wrong thing at the absolute wrong time. And so I remember this song came together really quickly, because at some point after trading these stories back and forth, either Ray or I we just looked at each other and said, "Well, I guess we should just learn to shut the hell up, or at least learn when to shut the hell up." And then, I remember we looked at each other and went, "Yep, let's write that." And then the song together, I think we ended up laughing more. Like, we laughed for a longer period of time than we spent writing the song. Like, it just came together that quickly. And yeah, and it felt like the right time to put it out, especially now.
I think I know where you're going with that, and we're just gonna go. We're just gonna let it go.
It's open to interpretation. I think that, again, I'm not really good at, keeping my mouth shut, but I'm getting better. I'm getting better at shutting the hell up.
All right, so I told you I had the perfect question for you. And
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna
ready.
throw that at you right now, and I ask it almost every show.
Okay.
Um, so you're leaving one of your gigs, and there's a DeLorean sitting out there with its door up in the air and a flux capacitor in the back seat. And as you know, Marty went back in time and he played with Chuck Berry's cousin Marvin.
Yeah.
Uh, who do you want to go back in time and play with?
Oh, wow. Again, I think I'm gonna have to say the Alma Brothers. I think that would be the thing for me, like, to get with the original lineup with, like, Dwayne Allman and Barry Oakley. I think that would just be, yeah, that'd be incredible. I would love to be able to see, Hendrix live, or a situation where, like, even watching, like, Elvis Presley in the early days, where he was showing, like, a whole group of people this energy that didn't exist yet, and watching, like, the birth of rock and roll as we know it. I think that'd be really cool too. Yeah. And, of course, if there was a DeLorean and it could go back in time, I'd be doing nothing but just Doc Brown impressions the entire time. Yeah. Marty, we have to go back to the future.
That was pretty good.
Oh, thanks. It's one of my many stupid human tricks.
I don't even remember where I got that one from. Like, it popped in my head one time. Like, the next question I'm going to ask you, I can tell you, I was at a curriculum meeting, and one of the
Yeah.
other teachers asked me something similar to this, and I have a feeling that you might have just gave the answer, but if you could go back to a specific important moment in history and watch it and be a part of it, what would that be? And I'm gonna put a twist on there that it be a musical one. And while you're
Okay.
thinking, what made me think about that is you mentioned Jimi Hendrix, and I told them Woodstock. And if I just stole your answer, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, Woodstock could be I don't know, like, I think that if I was side stage at Woodstock, that'd be one thing. If I could somehow, go and witness this, from a place where I was more in a VIP section, I'd be down with that. Because like, being in the audience at Woodstock, where it's just, muddy and probably, like, there's this overwhelming smell of patchouli, I think would probably just be enough to take down a gazelle. Um, wow, like, I think I would say Monterey Pop, 1967. I think that would be something. Because like, with, Otis Redding, then you get, like, The Who that had to open up for Hendrix because they lost a coin toss or something. I think that'd be really something. Um, oh, wow. There's, yeah, like, so many possibilities. Or how about, going back just enough to see, like, maybe 65 or 64 when Hendrix was playing guitar for Little Richard. Like, how crazy would that be knowing where he was gonna end up, but seeing him, like, paying his dues and what kind of like, what would he be doing, backing up Little Richard? And was the Hendrix that we know now, how present was that then?
I, I would think even if it was present, that having seen video of Little Richard, it'd be hard to focus on Jimmy.
I think so. But I think one of the reasons I could be wrong, but I think one of the reasons why he may have been let go from that situation is because he was taking too much attention away from Little Richard. And again, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before,
I
and I'll
think
be
I've heard
wrong
that
again.
story.
Yeah.
All right. So, being a musician who uses blues as an influence, um, if you were at the same crossroads that Robert Johnson sold his soul to become a better guitarist, why would you be there?
That's a good question. There's a comedy skit that somebody put out not too long ago of, where the guy said that he went to the crossroads and he tried to sell his soul to the devil and the devil to make himself a better guitar player. And the devil said, "Sure, just sign this." And then he said, "Well, you're gonna have to go back and work on your scales and practice and stuff like that, in order to be better."
Yeah.
I think that's, you know, yeah, I think that's a hard one. I don't think
I
there's
can
not
I can
not too much
reword
I would. Okay, please.
I can reword the question. So
Okay.
what is there musically that you still have as a goal that you haven't reached yet?
Um, financial stability would be great. No, yeah, and that's a hard one because overall, I'm a pretty, I'm ambitious, but, I try to take stock and be grateful for what I have and where I'm at. Uh, and I think that's one of the hardest things what I've had to learn to do is I've always been focused on, just like staying focused and moving forward as opposed to turning around and, seeing where I'm at. Um, I just, I'm at the point now Like, I've been doing this long enough to know that I'm doing this because I love to do it, and I'm, you know, most of the time that that anybody sees me on stage, I'm gonna have a giant smile on my face because I'm having a great time. And that's really that's all I've ever wanted, really. It's just I wanna go out there, I wanna have a good time, I wanna put out just good vibes and have everybody, just everybody have a good time with it. As much as I wanna be, David Lee Roth, there's also a part of me that wants to be, like Rodney Dangerfield from Caddyshack. It's like, "Hey, we're all gonna get laid," you know?
I I was watching here I go again, Hotel Hell, which is a Gordon
Hotel
Ramsay
Hell.
show. Yeah. It's Gordon Ramsay.
Oh, okay.
And he goes in and basically tries to fix them. And I googled it afterwards after watching a couple episodes. He like 9 out of like 20 some that he went to are still open.
Yeah. Yeah.
So not a good percentage, but the last
Well, who
episode
knew
I
that.
watched, there was a guy on there who sounded exactly like Rodney, and I don't think he was trying to.
Oh, no. What are you talking about? I think that, I get no respect at all. No respect. People check into this hotel, they leave those towels on the floors. No respect at all.
All right, so we're gonna head into our second break, and when we come
All
back,
right.
we're gonna take a look at your website, talk a little bit about is it it's a single that I have, correct?
Yes.
Is there an album attached to it yet?
It's in the process.
All right,
So
that's what we're gonna talk about.
all right, cool.
All right, so up next, we're gonna hear the brand new track from the Jaded Lips, who were on last week's show. If you watched last week, you got to hear it. We're gonna hear it again. Um, I'm probably gonna butcher this next artist's name. I think it's CEO, like CEO, but it's spelled CEYEO. And the track is called Invitation. And that's where we're gonna head for now. We'll be right back.
Rocking.
Hey, it's Bill. We are headed into segment number 3 of episode 831 of the Pennsylvania Rock Show with Trevor Finlay. What I want to do next, we're going to talk about Shut the Hell Up and where it's headed. But before we do that, I want to take a look at your website. And
Yeah.
to do that, bring it up on the screen. So it's Trevor Finlay, Finlay. I'm spelling it so I don't mess it up, and then I mess it up. It's on the screen.
That's
Been
okay.
on the
Usually
screen.
it's Trevor F. and Finlay is what it, yeah. People have said that before.
Oh, well, yeah, I could see that. So we'll do that again. Trevor,
Yeah.
FINLAY.com.
Yep.
And I looked at it quickly, but I like to bring it up. Is there anything besides clicking on that gigs link to let you talk about upcoming shows? Is there anything else that you would like me to show off? Maybe your store?
Sure. There's, well, I mean, like pretty much all of them. If you go to the music section, that'll take you to links to all the streamers like, Spotify, YouTube. Well, yeah, there you go. All the places that the music is currently available. Well, a few of them anyways, a few of the choice ones. If you go to watch, there is a bunch of videos there, just live performances and the like. So some of the official videos and from previous songs, and like I did a cover with my with some friends when with Could This Be Magic, which is actually one of my favorite Van Halen songs. And that was right after Eddie passed.
Um,
That's a fun one. And the other
so
ones too, like
I really
like
want to click that, but I can't.
fair enough.
I'm
Fair
going to
enough.
click it after, but I
That
can't
works.
because all the social media will then mute us, and we don't want to do that.
We don't want that.
Before I click gigs, I should have asked this ahead of time. Do you have shows listed?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe up till I should have them up until like the end of June. There's a lot of work I have to do because I'm basically sort of a one man show here for a lot of this. So it's got my dates in like this next weekend. I'll be in Missouri, Jackson, Missouri, and then the following weekend I'll be in Wisconsin, Presque Isle for 2 nights, and Winneconne for a night. And in July, I'll be going up to Michigan, and then I'll be heading down to the Gulf. I play at a place fairly regularly called the Floribama, which is it's right in no man's land between the Alabama and Florida border, and it's right on the Gulf, and it's it's a very special place. So
So there's a Texarkana, Texas. You ever heard of that?
I have.
So that city, which is also Texarkana, Arkansas, is split down the middle. That has important history in the history of the show. There was a radio station that was streaming all unsigned music, and there was a kid running it. Like, he was 14 at the time, so now he's in his late 30s. But
Okay.
his mother ran a website called bandsdrivingonfans.net, and she found me on the internet. And then he got a virus, and the first ever Pennsylvania rock show was me taking over his radio station so that he could remove the virus.
Oh, wow.
And that's how this got started. And
Well, that's wow. Very cool.
but that just that kind of one city, two states made me think of it. So let me think. Shut the Hell Up.
Yeah.
Released last month, if I remember correctly.
June 5th is when it came out.
Okay. So 10 days ago.
Yeah.
And I asked you if it was on an album already or headed towards an album, and then I cut you off. So now I'm going to let you talk about it.
Well, it's in the process of becoming an album. I had 2 songs that I recorded and was ready to put them out into the world, and that kind of blossomed into more of a full record. So it's in the process of getting all put together now. There's 2 more songs that are absolutely complete and done and ready to go out. One is being released on July 10th, and that song is called Devil's Dropping By. And then the next song after that is coming out in August, and that's called A Little Too Much. And then the next one will be in late September or early October. Like, it's the way of the new, like, it's the new way of the world in terms of releasing music now, right? So the days of albums seem to be kind of done, and which is sad, but you can either dwell on the fact that that's something that we don't have as much anymore, or you basically work with the situation that you're given. And I think most musicians have an entrepreneurial spirit where you've got to pivot. So one of the bright sides I look that I see anyways is that, I mean, how many albums have you bought over the years that have 1 or 2 really strong songs and the rest of it is just filler? Like, it's like you get 2 really strong songs and the rest of them are just yoga mats, like, where it's like, they could be there, they could not be there, whatever. And now with it being more of a single driven, musical scene, it's kind of forcing everybody to constantly put your best foot forward. So it's getting rid of a lot of the filler. Now it's, you got to make sure that every song is as good, if not better than the last one. So and that's the kind of the pressure I'm putting on myself. I mean, I was
So
doing it before where every song, I tried to make sure that every song could stand on its own. But now it's like, okay, well, I'm going to make sure that every single song has as much attention on it as the last one as well.
let's go way back.
Let's do it.
When did you realize that you needed to be on stage?
uh,
You don't have to
okay,
put a
so this,
date on it. You can just
oh no, I can actually like this is going way back. So because my first time on stage as a solo performer, I think I was in like grade 3 and I did a magic show for my like you know for my school's talent show. And in my mind, there was like there was probably like 5, it could have been 1,000 people there. But in real like, now that time has gone by and I see that that size of group is probably more like 50 and it's some of my restless classmates and parents. So, and I remembered one of the biggest things that happened during that particular performance was that I had this sleight of hand trick where I'd make this piece of string look like it goes through my neck. It's like the neck through the rope through the neck trick. And either my hands were sweaty or shaky, or I was nervous, or the adrenaline was just too much. Whatever happened, I screwed up the joke. I screwed up the trick, and I got really upset, and I left the stage. My one of the teachers that was basically the boss of the talent show put her hands on my shoulders, said the show must go on, spun me around and pushed me back out, and I walked out to a standing ovation. And I thought, oh, I like this. I would like to do more of this, please. So and that's sort of that
as
was the beginning, I guess.
as a teacher. I have to test you here. Do you remember the teacher's name?
Mrs. Irving.
I
That's
figured
exactly
you
who it
would.
was. Yeah,
Those
absolutely.
those are great stories. I have my own,
Yep.
and I'm going to mention the. So I wanted to teach fourth grade. I actually teach fourth, fifth, and sixth grade, but my fourth grade teacher, Mrs. Powell, is the reason that I teach, and I
Oh,
don't think I've
wow.
ever said that on the show.
Oh, how cool.
But yeah,
I mean,
there's
teachers make such a huge impact, like, whether they mean to or not. I mean, I still remember uh, the teacher that was my nemesis when I was in high school. And, uh, there was Mr. Sam Bell who taught drama that, and gave me sort of like that, the foundations of, being able to do improv, which basically has helped me in situations where I'm in front of a microphone and I'm in front of a lot of people and I can handle the crowd. And sometimes it works.
so, yeah. Um, let me give you one more question.
Shoot.
Um, if you were sitting down, Forrest Gump reference, you were sitting on a bench next to a random person, and then you turned and realized it was one of your musical idols. Now you have the chance to have a long conversation, like Forrest did. What question are you going to break the ice with, and who are you talking to?
That's a really good question. Um, I think if it was gonna be one of my idols, I would love to sit and talk with Joe Walsh, I think. I mean, I'm such a fan of his guitar playing and his songwriting and I think a conversation with him, I don't know that I have anything specific to ask. I would love to be able to pull something out of the air of like, you remember when you said this? Like, what does that mean? Actually, yeah, I think I'm gonna say Joe Walsh. I think that would be a really interesting and funny conversation. He's a very funny guy, and he's had some really interesting, life experiences, and I think that'd be really fun.
All
Yeah.
right, so we're gonna end on that question. Um,
Okay.
I have two more tracks to play for you tonight. They are "Waiting Abigail," which is a get
All
out of
right.
town band. And that song is called Funhouse. And then we're going to play a song from the Lyricals called Breakdown. And Trevor, I want to thank you for hanging out with us this evening.
Hey, thanks for having me. Nice to meet
You're
you.
welcome. You as well. And everyone should go check him out. Go to trevorfinlay.com. Once again, that's FINLAY.com. See, I looked at it on the screen this time so I could spell it right.
Right on.
And with that said, we're going to go off into the evening. Don't go anywhere on the video side yet, because I have 2 tickets to give away to see Quiet Riot. We're going to see who wins those in just a moment. Hey, we're at that point in the show. Right at the end, we're going to spin that wheel above my head, off to my side if you're watching it in long format. And Dressy Entertainment is going to give 2 tickets to the name that it lands on to see Quiet Riot on July 5th at Jurgles with Blood Union and Yiga Digga. Both of those 2 bands are bands that we definitely play on Music from the 412 in the Pennsylvania Rock Show. And you will find some Quiet Riot on Music from the 412 as well. That is the July 5th show. Because it is at Jurgles, it's 21 and over. Doors are at 6, shows at 8. They do have early entry, which is at 5 p.m. And those tickets you can find at both Jurgles website and DressyEntertainment.com. They start at